From fiction to nonfiction, poetry, novels, everything in between. The Kansas Book Festival celebrates Kansas writers, and it's coming up this weekend. It is going to be a fun time. Festival Director Tim Bascom is here as our guest today, along with Kansas author Sarah Henning, to turn the page on this year's event, you might say. Welcome to the both of you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Before we talk about your books and your history with being a Kansas author, Sarah, Tim, let's remind our viewers what the Kansas Book Festival is all about. It's the 12th annual coming up this weekend at Washburn.
Yeah, if people come, and I hope they will, they're going to have a whole array of authors that they can listen to. There are 50 authors coming in who will speak in small panels, often in pairs, on a topic that they have in common. For instance, Joe Poznansky, who's a very well-known sports writer who wrote for the Kansas City Star and Sports Illustrated, will be talking with Bill James, who was at one point, I guess, an inspiration for the movie Moneyball, a statistician who's very revered in baseball circles. And the two will talk about why they love baseball.
Okay.
And then, you know, you have something that'll be completely different. You'll have Kenan Oren talking with John Elizabeth Stinson. That both of them are young, upcoming writers who have speculative fiction books that are kind of outside the bounds of normal reality, that have unusual things happening. One of them who grew up in Turkey and is writing about his experience there.
That's very interesting. So much going on with the Kansas Book Festival at the Mabee Library this weekend over at Washburn. A lot of different things you can take part in. Sarah Henning is a Kansas author. Sarah, you live in Lawrence, yes. I know. You've got a couple of your books here. Tell me about your history, how you got started as a writer, and what you've got here in front of us today.
Well, I actually have a background in journalism, just like you.
Yeah.
I was a sports journalist, so if you see the little sports book here, I have 2 sports books. I actually have 8 books out. They're all for young adults and middle grade.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be talking about these 2 books. I'm on 2 different panels. Tim has me working overtime, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Yeah. What do you think about this in terms of just the idea that we're going to bring together all these awesome Kansas authors? I would imagine this is doing very well over the years, Tim, because 12 years running, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that there's such a rich trove of literature coming from people here in the state or who used to live here. We're going to have Candace Millard there. She's a New York Times bestseller. We're going to have a winner of the National Book Critics Circle Award, Ling Ma, who actually spent years here in Topeka. And it's just fun to see that whole thing come forward. The other thing I don't want to forget is that people, if they come, will get to go to a exhibitors area where there are tents that have booths, and they can buy books from the University Press of Kansas or Metal Art Books. There's live music all day. There's food trucks. The whole.
There's a lot to take in, obviously. And Sarah, if somebody's watching who wants to maybe attend the Kansas Book Festival, who maybe is an aspiring author themselves, what would you say to somebody out there who has a dream to maybe become a writer here in Kansas?
Oh, well, I think you should definitely attend all of the different sessions, see what's out there. There's so many different avenues to becoming an author. You don't have to do what I did and go through New York if you don't want to. And then afterward, there's a chance for us to sign books, and you can talk to us and ask us questions. So if maybe you're interested in writing and you're a little afraid to ask during a panel, you can come and ask us specific questions about how it works.
Well, it's going to be a great time. It's the 12th annual Kansas Book Festival, and we've got some information to put up on the screen so you can get more information, learn how you can be involved this weekend. There it is, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday over at Washburn at the Mabee Library. Author presentations, book signings, children's activities, and the best part is it's all free. You can get more information there as well at kansasbookfestival.com. Tim, I'll give you the final word, 30 seconds to make your final pitch as to why folks should come out this weekend.
There's something for everybody. There really is. We work hard to do that. And, you know, Sarah's representing books for youth and for kids. We do want kids to feel welcome. There'll be this activity tent that we mentioned. If they want to come and make a bookmark, hand painting it, working with an artist who's being brought in from Kansas City, they'll have fun doing it. Curious George is going to make an appearance as
Okay.
well.
That'll get them
Everybody
there,
wants
yeah.
to see Curious George.
Exactly. And I was saying before we went on the air, I said, are you going to have the 13th annual next year? Because I want to bring my mom up from Wichita to attend this. Can't get her up here this weekend, but next year I'll count on you for the 13th
All right.
annual. All right. Tim and Sarah, thanks for being here and good luck this weekend. We'll look forward to being a part of it over there.